Hey guys, I just wrapped up my first video. Sometimes I run a little bit long, but at least I'm good now. I used to kind of splice them, and I spliced them terribly. Now I know where my time limit is, and I can kind of cut it off and keep going. So, anyway, so I thought of it from a humorous standpoint that sleeping on the hardwood floor wasn't only appreciated, but like I said, I'll be able to use that in the future to terrorize my kids and maybe grandkids someday. But what I what I don't want to over what I don't want to kind of gloss over as I was trying to wrap up, trying to fit everything in that last video, was again how it came to be that I met Chris, and again, you know, whatever your beliefs are, if you believe that God has a hand in this, if you believe that fate has a hand in this, kismet, whatever it is your beliefs are, this is just another shining example of that. And I mean, think about that for a minute. I just happened to be walking from the library at that exact moment. Um, Again, I didn't run into Chris. You know, Chris could have just kept driving and said, hey guys, I think I know that guy. I saw him on the news or whatever. You know, he had a place to go. The kids wanted to get ripping and having some fun at the campsite. Um, and again, I did nothing. I mean, I didn't do one thing to earn Chris's friendship, humanity, hospitality, all of the above. Um, Again, I walked into this bar restaurant hoping to relax and decompress for a while before I figured out my next step. And you know, Chris sought me out, and you know how I don't know how amazing, but how what's the word I'm looking for? I'm at a loss for words right now. But not strange, but it just, again, how amazing, how amazing. I don't know what the hell I'm saying right now. But again, this journey's been like this. This journey has been, I stop in at Negreen to meet Ty and Emily. You know, I stop in, oh my goodness gracious. No, I think I talked about the, you know, American Legion the other day, you know, reaching out to me. And the folks there were just totally, so welcome. This whole journey has been crazy. One of the couple things I got to laugh about, on the package that I got along with my sneakers, which by the way, I have a box here. I know the house here is under renovation. I share it with you, but I don't want to be showing other people's business. But I think I may end up leaving my old sneakers here. So I don't think they're anything that anybody would really want, but I don't think Chris would mind terribly if I left my box with the sneakers here. But inside the box, I have to laugh because Jerry Smith back home, and I also got to thank those folks, right? Jerry Smith has been a big supporter of mine. In fact, his wife and daughter were the first strangers that I talked to about this journey, sitting outside a Rita's Water Ice in York, Pennsylvania back in June, who bought into the journey, and he has been supportive every step of the way, up to and including designing and creating these business cards for me that he'll send a file to anybody out there. So as I go and have more followers, if people want to help me, I mean, there's lots of ways to help me. There's lots of ways to help our charities that we want to support. But you can, Jerry's email's been posted on the site several times. You can reach out to me or him. It's actually jerrybelieveptt@yahoo.com. But he'll send you the file of these cards, and you can just take them to your local printer or Staples. I don't know how much they're two-sided, so I don't know how much they cost, but maybe they cost you $20. But again, think about if you just went and did that, and then took in your town or your community, you know, 100 or 200 of these cards, and just said, hey, you know, don't just hand them to someone blindly, but say, hey, this guy's doing something pretty crazy. I believe in him, and I'd like you to kind of see what you think, and if you do, you know, believe in him as well. And I think we could just take this thing, you know, not globally, but certainly, you know, we can spread it out a lot further than we have now. So Jerry Smith, thank you for that. And then in the domino chain of things, Jerry's sister, I think it's sister, maybe sister-in-law. I'm terrible with this stuff. Teresa Lehigh had heard my plight and kind of my call for, hey guys, I'm running out of shoes if anybody's interested in helping. And she went and found the exact shoes and actually went to the same expert I went to, Greg Baum, who owns a store called the Flying Foot in New York, PA, which if you go back to, I'm going to say this again because I think it needs to, because I repeat myself. So folks that have been with me from day one, you've already heard this, I apologize, but there's a lot of new people out there. I never knew that there's kind of a science to footwear. For years I went and I just went off the rack and I picked out a pair of shoes and from any department store or Dick's Sporting Goods or anything like that, and put them on and I wore them. Well, I had a bad experience, not a bad experience, but I went to Dick's to see if they would try to support my journey initially, and where I really still to this day I'm a little bit miffed about it. Not that I'm trying to talk bad on Dick's, but the manager's like, yeah, I think we could help you, and then never heard a thing. I did go back another time, just kind of follow up, and I don't mind that they couldn't, but at least say no instead of leaving me hanging out to dry. But anyway, at that point I said I'm going to go. If I'm going to be walking this far, let me go find out the best scenario, right? Flying Feet specializes in certain kind of sports, hiking, and Greg Baum, the owner, took so much time. They have when you're a kid, you kind of measure your foot. Well, they have a thing with thermal imaging, so it can kind of show your instep, your arch, your where everything is. And he started talking to me about kind of contouring the right shoe for me. There's shoes with different angles in them, it's just stuff I had no idea about. And he hooked me up with a pair of these Brooks Addiction 13s, they're called. And I'll tell you, when I first got them on, I could walk 15 miles. It was like walking on air. So I'm eager to put the new pair on today. The old pair lasted me about 650 miles, I guess. So I got my money's worth out of that. So Teresa went to Greg, and once again he shared with what I don't know if he remembered me or not, but she knew what she needed, and kind of he walked her through it. And so Teresa, Greg, Jerry, thank you guys so much. And that's how it came to be yesterday. So like I said, it was just a crazy day. And then here's kind of the last neat thing I want to share with you. So when I was at the Journey's End earlier, they have what they call Free Fridays. And if you know me, I don't have much money, so I got to kind of be careful. But Free Fridays for them meant that you can play. It's one of the places I've seen, only in Pennsylvania, I see these long shuffleboard games. It was there, the shuffleboard, pool, a dart game, but they had the jukebox. And if you know me, you know I love my music. And basically all I do is give you a $5 bill and you go play some music. So I got to the house that Chris and the Bourbon Investment Group was letting me stay in. Took a quick shower. You actually see me in not my traditional yellow shirt. If you remember early in my journey in Ohio, I stopped at a business just to see how they were going to go, and they gave me some waters and a shirt. And in Crestline, Ohio, Vitro, I guess the Vitro, I'm guessing, somewhere in their shirt. But I went back into Journey's End because I wanted to hear some music, and I knew it'd be kind of free. So I got back up there right around 7:30, and there wasn't many people in the place. And spoke with Amber, who was tending bar, and she gave me a $5 bill, and I went and put it in the jukebox, and it was great because one, I didn't have to hear anybody say, "Who played this crap?" Right? But I played Phil Vassar for sure. Always do. Just Another Day in Paradise, and that's what this is today. Just Another Day in Paradise. But and a few more Phil songs. But I played songs that I've heard during the journey, and I also played songs with all my kids. I have certain songs that I kind of call their song that I share with them. Boy by Lee Brice, if you guys don't know, that's my song with my son, one of them. Magic Power by Triumph, it's my daughter Kira. It's not necessarily the most romantic of songs, but it's hers. And then Grace, I've got several with too, but yesterday, she's on vacation, but I played The Climb from the Hannah Montana movie, Miley Cyrus, and that might sound hokey, but it's great. But I mean, these are the songs I'm playing, and normally I'd kind of get thrown out of a bar if I played some of that. And I played some Dixie Chicks. I played some. I played a song by Georgia White called Hot Nuts I heard the other day. I played Hank Jr., Family Tradition I heard at the American Legion. But the one I had to laugh at is I played Butterfly Kisses, which just tears me up, and it reminds me, Heather had gotten me that song not long after I had Kira, or we had Kira, and I had 4 miscarriages in my life, and never thought I'd be a dad, and have that in that song. And there's the one line that always just kills me, and I'm gonna do real good today because I'm not crying today. But there's a song where it says, "For all that I've done wrong, I must have done something right," and that line right there, as much as anything, is kind of feels how I am about this journey and in my life right now. Um, this stuff couldn't have happened to me if I didn't do something right somewhere. So I'm not crying. I'm not crying. I'm not crying. Anyway, so that's about it, guys. So I just wanted to share kind of yesterday with you, because I came back and slept on this hardwood floor. I'm looking around, and again, I'm not saying that for anybody to feel bad about. It was kind of neat. I just got to play music all night long. I got to decompress, and that's about it. So my plan for today, I'm going to write my last couple of days chapters in my book, because it's like my own little place right now. I'll take a quick shower, and I'll be heading on out to Plymouth. So I love you guys so much. Landon, my buddy, love you. Thanks for texting me so much during the day. Thanks for taking care of the ladies back home while I'm not there. All right, know how much I love you, bud. Kira, you're simply the best. I love you so much. I love the inspirational words you've said to me during this trip, when I've gotten a little bit questioning. You've been so strong and gracious. I don't know when you'll hear this. I know you're on vacation, actually up in Wisconsin, I think, with your dad and seeing family. So enjoy the heck out of that. I'll be in Chicago this time next week. I'm not sure when you're coming home. And I love you guys so very much, okay? And talk to you later today. And we'll go from there. Thanks, guys.